Lawrence, a gifted actor and comedian, rose to recognition after playing the titular Martin Payne in the Fox sitcom Martin from 1992 to 1997. Following the cancellation of the show, Lawrence went on to star in a number of box office successes, including Big Mama's House and Nothing to Lose. Here are the top 10 fascinating facts about him that you probably didn't know. Number 1. Named after Martin Luther King and President Kennedy. Martin Luther King Jr., a well-known Baptist clergyman, activist, and spokesperson for the American Civil Rights Movement, is the inspiration behind the name Martin Lawrence. What you might not know is that Martin Lawrence's middle name is Fitzgerald, which is a name derived from another well-known person. That portion of his name is rather evident. Lawrence's middle name, Fitzgerald, was also the middle name of former President John F. Kennedy. Number 2. Worked with Salt and Peppa as a telephone salesman. Almost every famous person has at least one outrageous tale to tell about the common professions they held before getting famous. No different is Martin Lawrence. Lawrence worked as a telephone sales representative for Sears, Roebuck & Co. before he achieved great success, but it wasn't a glamorous or thrilling position. Number 3. Aspired to be a boxer. Martin Lawrence went into another interest before he became a popular comedian and actor as a way to release his energy. Lawrence shone a natural talent for boxing as a teenager. Given that both comedy and boxing call for a certain amount of courage, tenacity, and improvisational skill, it is not unexpected that Lawrence's growing skill in one activity only helped him get better at the other. Number 4. Has a history of being hospitalized and arrested due to emotional issues. The first incident happened back in July 1995, when Lawrence abruptly erupted into an uncalled-for anger while filming A Thin Line Between Love and Hate. At the Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, where he was later admitted, the episode was blamed on excessive levels of stress and anxiety, according to the attending physicians. However, Lawrence would later experience several hospitalizations following violent outbursts. Police were contacted in 1996 when Lawrence was seen crossing the street while yelling at passing vehicles. Number 5. Not permitted to ever appear on SNL again. Martin Lawrence was at the pinnacle of his abilities in 1994. He had just published his debut stand-up special, his sitcom was at the top of the ratings, and he was launching his comedic career by hosting Def Comedy Jam. When Johnny was approached to host Saturday Night Live in February 1994, no one was surprised because it seemed like the natural next step. Having said that, after anxiously tuning in to hear his introductory address, viewers were undoubtedly stunned. To put it frankly, Martin Lawrence was prohibited from appearing on the network as a whole as well as returning to the show following his run on Saturday Night Live. Number 6. 3 times he has been engaged. In 1993, he became engaged to Lark Voorhees, a former child actress who rose to fame on Saved by the Bell. This was his first relationship with a famous person. In the same year that they called off their engagement, Martin Lawrence began dating Patricia Southall, a previous contestant in the Miss USA competition, and they wed in 1995. In 1997, Southall and Lawrence divorced. Martin Lawrence started dating Shamika Gibbs in the same year as his divorce from Southall. After dating for more than a decade, the couple got married in 2010 and also had 2 daughters. Unfortunately, the couple also announced their intention to divorce in 2012, citing irreconcilable differences and asking for joint custody of the kids. Number 7. Fell into a 3-day coma after jogging in a fat suit for Big Mama's House. Lawrence fell into a 3-day coma in August 1999. After jogging in a fat suit and getting ready for Big Mama's House in 38°C heat, he passed out from heat exhaustion. Lawrence was brought to a hospital and placed on a ventilator, where he barely survived. After waking up from a nearly deadly coma brought on by his dangerously high body temperature of 42°C, he made a full recovery. Number 8. Still experiences anxiety while doing stand-up. Stage fright may get more tolerable the more time you are in the spotlight, but Martin Lawrence is proof that it never completely goes away. Even though Lawrence has been in the entertainment industry since the 1980s, he still feels anxious before performing a stand-up routine on stage. Number 9. A military brat who was born in Germany. Martin Lawrence dominated the American comedy scene in the 1990s, and he continues to be one of the most adored comedians in the country. You might be surprised to find that Lawrence was actually born in Frankfurt, Germany, while spending much of his childhood in Maryland, which is part of Washington, D.C. In 1965, Martin Lawrence was born while both of his parents were stationed in Germany on a military facility. Due to his father's military employment, he and his siblings were raised there. Number 10. Made the expression, "You go girl," widespread. In Martin, which Martin Lawrence wrote and starred in, he also managed to coin a few memorable catchphrases of his own, some of which are still used today. For instance, the expression, "You go girl," has become part of pop culture, but did you know that Martin Lawrence was the one who first made it popular?